Hi, it's Sylvester. If you don't know, my favorite movie is Fight Club, and so I thought it would be fun to take a quiz to see how well I actually know Fight Club. I'm getting this quiz from zoo.com. The quiz is called the Ultimate Fight Club Quiz. Let's get started. Who directed Fight Club? That would be David Fincher. Who wrote the novel of the same name? That would be Chuck Palahniuk. Next question. What is the name of Edward Norton's character? We technically never learn his name. He's commonly referred to as the narrator. What automotive company does the narrator work for? A major one. He doesn't say which one. What medical issue plagues the narrator as the story opens? Insomnia. What odd pursuit helps him with his insomnia? Attending support group meetings for problems he doesn't have. What name did he assume in attending the testicular cancer support group? Jack, Cornelius, Tyler, or Marlin? That would be Cornelius. Who plays Bob, the testicular cancer patient that the narrator befriends? That would be Meatloaf. Next question. What ruins his enjoyment of the support groups? Marla Singer. He spots a woman who's doing the same thing, is the answer. What does Marla do in the laundromat? She steals a stranger's clothes. Where does the narrator meet Tyler Durden? An airplane. What does Tyler do for a living? He makes and sells soap. After meeting on the plane, why does the narrator meet Tyler again? He needs a place to stay. Where does the narrator hit Tyler after much encouragement? The ear. Which street is Tyler Durden's house on? Paper Street. It's the Paper Street Soap Company. What question does an onlooker at one of the early fights ask? Can I be next? Everyone knows the first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. What is the second? You do not talk about Fight Club. What is the narrator's response when his supervisor asks, is that your blood? He says, some of it, yeah. Where does Fight Club meet? The basement of Lou's bar. Complete the sentence. I'm wondering if another blank is really the answer we need. Woman. As they board the bus, which celebrity does Tyler say he'd like to fight? Hemingway, I think. Nice. In the same bus scene, who does the narrator say he'd like to fight? William Shatner. What is the first homework assignment Tyler gives the men? To start a fight with a stranger and lose. Of the men the Fight Club guys provoke, which one actually fights back? That would be a priest. What does Tyler make soap from? Human fat from a liposuction clinic. What name does Tyler give his group of anti-consumerist pranksters? Project Mayhem. Although anti-consumerist pranksters is not really... They're terrorists, but, whatever. Who played the Project Mayhem member Angel Face? That would be Jared Leto. Or Leto, I'm not sure which one it is. When he holds the convenience store clerk at gunpoint, what does Tyler demand the man do? Go to veterinary school. What is the nickname given to new Project Mayhem recruits? Space Monkeys. How does Bob die? He's shot by the police when a Mayhem op goes wrong. In the motel room, what life-altering fact does Tyler reveal to the narrator? Tyler isn't real. He's a mental projection of the narrator's ideal self. How does the narrator destroy Tyler? He shoots himself in the head. What does Tyler destroy at the end of the film? The buildings of credit card companies and TRW. What year was Fight Club released? Oh. This I don't know. 96? I'm going to say 96. It was 99. Damn it, I should have known that. Damn, I've gotten all of the questions right except for that one. I can't believe it was 1999. I should have known that. Anyways, last question. What is the 8th and last rule of Fight Club? If this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight. Alright, I got 34 out of 35. So, I did pretty well. I know Fight Club pretty well, which is great. Anyways, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay frosty. Bye.